Hello everyone, JM Frey here again. As you notice, I'm actually upright. I had a week of physiotherapy visits, massages, lying on the ground a lot, and I'm feeling much better. And from here on out, I'm going to listen to my body a little more closely when it tells me that I'm overdoing it. You're probably noticing the weird accessories on my head. That's because the sort of costume test for War of the Worlds is tonight. And as War of the Worlds is set in 1938, and we're putting on a play of what was actually happening based on historical research in the Mercury Studios theater, not just the radio play. While the radio play was going on, of course, we all have to look period appropriate. So this is my attempt to be period appropriate. We'll see if it's a massive disaster when I get these rollers off my head or not. Wish me luck. So I'm just gonna pound through everything really quick this time around. It's been kind of a tough week because obviously I've been flat on my back. I haven't actually done any of the Untold Tale edits yet. Probably gonna start that tomorrow. I've proofed my section for Secret Loves of Geek Girls. I'm blurbing an agency mate's book right now, so which means I have to read the book and then write one of those cover blurbs for it. I'm actually really enjoying it. I don't know if I can say anything about it, but it's very well written. So when it comes out, go read it, even though I can't tell you what it's called. The Dark Lord and the Seamstress. So the issues that CreateSpace was having, the issues that I was having with CreateSpace is that CreateSpace didn't distribute to Amazon.ca. So the only version of The Dark Lord and the Seamstress adult coloring book that was available in Canada was through some jerk reseller who was buying the books from CreateSpace.com and then posting them as a third party for like $60. But luckily, yay, I just got an email from CreateSpace saying that they have signed their Amazon.ca distribution deal, which means soon, if not now, I actually haven't checked today, you should be able to get The Dark Lord and the Seamstress paperback version from Amazon.ca for less than $60, probably closer to $12 to $15 Canadian, depending on how they translate the price from American to Canadian. What else is on my list? Ooh, I'm getting the Forgotten Tale beta feedback is due today. I'm both really excited and really terrified. I have never in my life written a sequel to an original novel. Of course, I've written sequels to my fanfic, but this is the first time I've ever written a sequel to my work, and I'm scared poopless that it's gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie. It's very hard to try to capture lightning in a bottle once when you write one novel. I do genuinely fear that the lightning has escaped me. So far everyone's been complimentary. Someone else called it the best thing I've ever written, which is nice. But I'm not certain if I believe that yet. Not because I doubt myself, but because one person's opinion is one person's opinion. When 10 people say the same thing, then you kind of go, oh, okay, all right, I'm not completely full of it. Or they're not completely full of it. Not that I would surround myself with beta readers who are completely full of it, but all of this to say that I'm really looking forward to the rest of the notes that I should be getting from my other beta readers. I think I should be getting at least 3. So for the rest of the week, I have to edit a short story and send that to my agent. And then I'm working on the Untold Tale edits with Kisa, my editor at Roots Publications, this week. And as soon as that's done, immediately I have to read all my notes from the beta readers for the Forgotten Tale, edit that, and then send that off to Roots and my agent, because that'll be the first time they've read that book, which is also terrifying because this is the first time anyone signed me on something I never created or that didn't exist. And I always fear that, how do I explain this? Giving people something that you've written is hard because being a writer means putting a piece of your soul on the page and then letting complete strangers judge you for it. And we all knew that going into it. They knew that, I knew that. And it's a matter of professionalism not to take it personally, although of course you always take it personally, but not too personally. But selling a book on spec, signing a book that doesn't actually exist, that you haven't actually written, is all the scarier because there's nothing concrete for them to judge. They just say, yeah, I like that idea. No, I don't like that idea. Can we tweak this here? Can we tweak that there? Okay, go. And then you spend 3 or 4 months making up something that they bought on the premise. And you just live in terror that what you make can't live up to what you promised. And maybe that's why I'm so scared of this sequel and the book that's going to come after that, because I really do fear that I've overpromised myself, that I've talked a bigger game than I can walk. Luckily, the nice thing about having an agent and an editor and a marketing team and a publisher and beta readers and friends is that they won't let you fail. If there's something less than stellar about the book, they'll tell you, and hopefully in a nice way. But for such a solitary profession, and writing is lonely because in the end it's just you and a pen and a piece of paper and what's happening in your brain. For such a solitary profession, there is such amazing support, and I'm still learning to take advantage of that. I haven't had an agent for very long. I haven't had an established publisher for very long. So this is still me learning how to accept the help. This is still me learning, reminding myself that I actually have a team and I don't have to do it all. And all I need to do right now is my best. And then they will help me make it better. So that's what's happening this week. I am thinking about doing a screenplay for National Novel Writing Month, which is a project that I've sort of been working on for a couple of years. I've pitched it around, and I've actually got interest from a producer. So, woo! Hopefully, if things go well, I will have it finished by the end of November. And yeah, that's sort of everything that's happening in my life right now. It's actually been a really good week. This past weekend, I was also a guest at the Naked Heart Festival, which is a festival of queer literature and love, and it was run by Glad Day Bookstore in Toronto, which is the oldest queer-oriented bookstore in the world, or at least the oldest surviving one, and the oldest continuously operating one. This was their first year for the festival, so it wasn't as big as I think they hoped it would be, but I had a really good time. There was over 120 authors, so I was on panels with people that I'd never met before in my life. For all that I lived in Toronto for 10 years, there was just a whole section of the publishing industry and authors that I'd never even crossed paths with before, so that was really neat. Just talking to my fellow panelists was really cool. The audience was nice. They always outnumbered us on the panel, which is spectacular. Asked very thoughtful questions, and our moderators were phenomenal, and the organization was great. My only regret is that I couldn't stay for the second day. I had to boogie back here and do some physio and have rehearsal and try to keep up with all of the edits and everything I need to send in. But yeah, no, everyone was really great, and it was really fun, and I'm really, really looking forward to next year because I really, really hope that it gets as wildly popular as they're hoping. It's flattering to be asked to come in on the ground level for these sorts of events and conversations, and I hope 30 years from now they invite all of us back, the same 120 authors, to do this sort of 30th anniversary of how amazing this festival is, because yay, success! That's what I'm hoping anyway. So that's been my week. Please let me know if you have any topics that you'd like me to discuss down below in the comments. If you have any questions about me, about publishing, acting, voice acting, health, any of that stuff, I'm happy to chat about it. So this is JM Frey signing off. See you guys later. Oh, I forgot I had this in my head.